Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everyone out in the world. I want to thank you all for joining us. Me and my lovely co-host, the wonderful QueenVictoriaRose, is here with me this evening on this lovely Sunday, August 18th, 2019. You feel me? What's up, everyone? We thank y'all for joining us. Like I said, we appreciate all our listeners on Spotify, Anchor, Google Play now, and as well, we're getting ready to solidify Apple and so a few other little platforms I'll keep y'all in the mention of. Today's show is going to be full with a lot, as usual. A lot of good things to talk about. It's been happening in this wonderful world we live in lately, and also I have a wonderful special guest who has a cause that she is announcing to the world in the sense of change. You know, we all are in a place, I feel like, in society where change has become positive lately in the sense of those who have a platform to voice things they have opinions about or been through regarding certain circumstances in life are using those platforms, and she's definitely one of those powerful people who has become powerful with learning how to develop apps within this wonderful world of technology we live in. And so we're going to get into that a little early into the show, actually. It's going to be our first guest. And,
I'm excited. Let's go ahead.
I want to shout out our wonderful videographer, today, joining us, Meech TV. Shout him out.
Shout out to him.
Shout out to Meech TV on Instagram.
Yes.
Got us gonna have us real right, real fly. You feel me? And with that being stated, with that being stated, ladies and gentlemen, let's begin. We're gonna go ahead and bring in our guest, the wonderful Shonda Spades. I have the wonderful, as I was stating, a powerful lady who I believe she don't even know the potential of her power yet. We've been talking about this for a minute, and I'm gonna let her give her own introduction. But I just want to say that I'm grateful to have this guest today on the show, Shonda Spades, ladies and gentlemen. My wonderful coworker is here today on the show with us to talk about her wonderful app and her overall call.
Amazing.
So yes, if you don't mind coming into the mic right here and let's speak on this. No problem.
Hello everyone. I am Shonda Spades. I'm glad to be here. Thank you for the warm introduction. I'm here to talk about my app, which is called Dad App. Mm-hmm. It's pronounced Dad App, but it's spelled DDAAT. Mm-hmm. So it's Digidad Advice in Time. Mm-hmm. And how it came about is an interesting story. That basically what the app is designed to do is to give children that do not have a male role model or father figure in their life, put that father figure in their hands at their fingertips through a mobile app. Mm-hmm. So we're a mobile app on a mission.
That's a very different game changing. That's a different game changing plan there with that tool.
Exactly.
Coming from the app. So specifically go into, if you can, how exactly it will, in a sense, help the teen or child, whichever it may be regarding the person needing that assistance in life. Yeah. How exactly will it go into assisting them within different stages of maturing or circumstances regarding, like you stated, that single parent household not having the other parent there and things of that nature.
I think it's going to be game changing as well. What it will do or what it does, I keep saying will, but it's actually up and running. Mm-hmm. So what it will actually do or what it does.
It's already into existence. You got to speak it. It's already there.
It's on the website. You can go to the website and download it now, so it is there. Yes. So basically, teens and young adults is designed for teens like maybe 13, 14 age up to young adults, maybe 19, 20 years old.
Right.
To help through life's challenges. Mm-hmm. With the app, the user can download it, search through thousands of videos about how to fatherly advice, how to ask a girl on a date, how to tie a tie, how to change a tire, just different things of that nature. If you're a single mom and you have boys, like how to teach them how to shave their face, those kind of things. So the things that are there. I'm also trying to capture the nuances of the man speak that you learn from generation to generation, what the grandfathers and fathers passed down. Mm-hmm. So it's the little things. It's walking through the house and saying, okay, it's the protector of the household. Before you go to bed at night, walk through and make sure all the doors and windows are locked. The things that men in generations before have been taught, and that we as women may not have been privy to those conversations because it was usually passed down from father to grandfather or to the child. Right. It's more than just that, though, more than just videos. It's interactive. Certain topics will launch the user to chat with a mental health worker. So if you're searching on topics like suicide, those are the things that will actually just route you over to talk to a mental health professional. And it also has live streaming radio. So it has data radio, which is going to play, or which does play, the clean versions of today's hottest hits, and the commercials, or what I call message commercials. So it's don't follow the crowd, things of that nature.
A message instead of a commercial, like that. If not an infomercial, but it's encouraging. I get what you're saying.
It's kind of like using propaganda in a good way. So we can actually instill those things that your parents are telling you, but so you have it in another positive environment. So I'm excited to see kids be able to use it. We have a beta study going on where kids can actually use it that have been in the justice system. If they're first-time offenders, they can actually download the app and use it. And we're tracking whether or not they get in more trouble. So we're doing some big things.
That's dope. So basically,
that's awesome.
they're monitoring the progress of the person even after.
Exactly. And that will give us the data that we need to be
exactly to really see the progress and really see the change
and
see how it's affecting.
That's dope.
So I'm very excited about it. It's very exciting. We've got some good partners that are going to be going into it. Let me see, we're negotiating on some things right now.
Right.
So some major.
Yeah, I know. It's not my place to really dig into it and spill some tea, but I ain't gonna say it. I am gonna.
I need them to sign the papers first.
I definitely understand.
The app is an amazing idea. Like it's gonna really change.
I seen the app, by the way.
Yeah, it's really gonna change many lives, especially with people of color. Like it's really gonna change the way that how people think and deal with certain things, and to feel like even though that they won't have that physical body there, they'll still have that advice, that mentorship, and they'll be able to lean on that app, which is amazing because all these kids nowadays are always on their cell phone.
So playing games,
why not
videos?
Right.
So that's definitely true. And then if I can speak on it just a couple of minutes,
of
kind of the idea where it came about, because this is only about 90 days in the making. This came fast and furious, and where that came from is my son was being bullied.
That's what I was wanting you to get into, because people need to hear this.
This story is crazy.
This is why people. So not to cut you off, but everyone. I've been keeping you a secret. Everyone's like, "What's this?" I've been telling people I'm working with the app developer. I haven't given them who, what, where, why, and the purpose. So what you're about to share is the reason why specifically this is touching to me. And I myself dealt with bullying when in school at a younger age, and
so have I.
Boom, let you handle it.
Yes.
Well, my son went to a local high school here, and there's actually a gang at his school. The gang approached him and tried to get him to join, and he said he didn't want to. They started bullying him on social media, cyberbullying, and things of that nature, until finally it became an extreme case of physical bullying. My son has been rushed from his high school in an ambulance. He has 2 concussions, and finally he ended up trying to commit suicide. The ambulance came out to my house, worked on him for 20 minutes, and they wouldn't let me see him. They wouldn't tell me anything, so I was just panicked. And minutes before he did all of this, he posted that he couldn't take it anymore. My other kids found him in the bathroom, and my niece saw his post and told her mom, and she called me and so forth. But basically, I'm a divorced mom of 5. My oldest son was just the one that was going through this bullying.
Strong black woman.
He has cerebral palsy, and he walks with a limp. So they trip him in the hallway, tease him and bully him. And when he didn't want to join this gang, they started, whenever they initiate someone into the gang, you usually get jumped in, but they just started beating him up, which is the 2 concussions and all of those things. And finally, he didn't feel that he could talk to me about it, because I'm one of those women and one of those moms that go hard. I had teams of attorneys, like I'm coming for you. So he didn't want that, because I go hard. I got attorneys at the school and all those things, and gets me a little bit emotional. But long story short, he reached out and tried to contact his father. Couldn't get an answer, couldn't get a response, and not blaming on the father, but he didn't feel he could talk to a woman about how to handle bullying and about being beat up. He wanted to talk to a man about it, and there was nobody there. And my thing is, I don't want that to happen ever again. I want there to always be
someone there for them to talk to, or you feel like you can come to someone and voice his opinion.
Even if you can't talk to your mom, there's somebody there.
Right.
It's taking the
time.
Taking the old adage of it takes a village to raise a child, and putting that into place, and that village is going to be within this app. That village is going to be within this app, so it's at your fingertips, and that's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm going after, and that's what I want to get in place to get the word out.
Such a touching story.
I'm telling you.
And it's really it's even moving me, you know, the fact you're such a strong woman, and the fact that you turned such a trauma situation into such a positive thing. Not because, like, even though that you're dealing with it, there's so many other people that's dealing with it that don't know how to deal with it, and that you overcame this situation. So it makes me like look at you like a superwoman. Like, I'm amazed, like that you
No, go ahead.
that you made it, that you came through this, and you wanted to come up with this idea. I feel like the thing about being an entrepreneur and the thing about coming up with that it factor is something that has to hit home, that happens in your life for it to really be something that you feel down, that you know is going to make a difference. Right. And that's why a lot of people that we see now that are successful is because of their story, something that they have to bring to the table. And that is a touching story, and I'm glad that you are here to be a survivor and tell people about that.
At the time when this occurred.
At the time.
So we're talking about sophomores in high school.
Yeah.
So we're saying sophomores in high schools have the ego so fragile that they actually are, attacking someone who can't technically defend themselves to the fullest extent of what another human can. You feel me? So I feel like for me it was very touching, and it was sensitive for me because he was a friend.
Yeah.
Some of us are fortunate to go through school and have friends and people we can depend on, but he didn't even have a friend to call on to deal with. So for me, when I'm looking at his mom telling me the story and how she was his friend and she was the person who had to be there for him, and even when he didn't want to talk and she began to find out what's going on with her son, she made that space comfortable to where she can put them in a position for this to happen now.
Yeah.
Now I'm excited because there's a lot more into play right now that she can't really go into, but furthermore, before you really even, before you get to leave, I want to make sure that we touch into the event you got going on.
Absolutely. I think there's several things, like, with the bullying, like you said, there's no escape, because before it was just at school, you can go home and have a refuge, but now there's cyberbullying, they're in your neighborhood, so there's no reprise at all. Everything. So we have to give kids something else to do. We have to give them a positive, safe environment.
Right.
Safe haven.
Absolutely. So our first Dad App event is going to be right here in Charlotte, since we're here. It's going to be held at Kappa Hall on Babies Ford Road.
Yo!
I already know the board all day.
September 6th at 7, from 7 to 11. It's going to be a safe haven for kids. It's the Queen City Teen Jam. So I have hundreds of men that wear little dad shirts, positive male role models, guiding, interacting as they have music and fun and food. So we want to give them a safe environment where they can interact and have fun things to do for kids. I remember when I was growing up, and that's a long time ago. But when I was growing up, there was, every other week there was something like a dance or something for the kids to do. Yeah. And now there's nothing for you to either sit and play video games or you do nothing. So we have to start having those environments and the opportunity for them to learn to socialize, because we're not allowing kids to learn how to socialize, to interact with their peers in a positive manner, where there's a chaperone, there's someone there, but it's a fun environment. So I think that this is going to be very helpful, because there will be positive role models there with them, watching them as they interact and as they have a dance and music and all that kind of thing. So I hope to do this one of many, having outlets and different things for the kids to do in Charlotte.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
Now I want to dive into the back to school Queen City Teen, the ultimate back to school party Queen City Teen Jam. Like she said, it's on Friday, September 6th. Starting at 7 p.m. until 11 at the Kappa Hall on 5409 Betty's Ford Road, Charlotte, North Carolina. Advance tickets only $15. So let's definitely make sure we support our queen for her cause. And let me just put this out there with what I can say. The movement is way larger than what we're allowing her to share on this platform, our platform right now. And what I mean by that is, this will not be the last time you hear about the app at all. At all.
I won't say the name of them, but we have several major sports entities that are looking into the app, that are doing videos.
Yep.
There is a famous cartoonist.
Yes.
Love
A
it.
couple celebrities that have already done videos, so it's going to be
It's gonna be major.
thing.
Big.
We're just getting started, so I'm so excited about it.
Black excellence. I love it.
Absolutely.
So I want to also share that regarding the back to school Queen City Teen Jam, I'll be, of course, participating and helping my wonderful queen launch this event and produce this for the community, but also relaunching People for Progress, since the charity I shared with you specifically that I want to relaunch. In the sense, our mission is definitely as our slogan is People for Progress, just the overall progression of society and people, and we definitely speak on different things. But what's crazy is I went back into when did I start this? You know, like what was I thinking? My mindset, 2011.
Wow.
I was a sophomore, junior in high school, and I started a blog, and I didn't have no money. I didn't know what I was gonna do. I didn't know how to call. I didn't. Not that I didn't know how, but I didn't have the thought to take the initiative of let me call so and so, or let me call this place to book this venue and this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? I didn't have that initiative in me yet, but I knew I wanted to start a charity because I knew I wanted to give back.
Mm-hmm.
And so we'll be definitely relaunching at your event. What we'll be doing is feeding the homeless. We invite all the homeless out in the community to the event, of course, but also, of course, giving back school supplies for the children, book bags, pencils, pens, papers, markers, things of that nature, and what they need for school. But in general, we'll definitely, like I said, be doing a food drive basically and giving food out as well. So I definitely wanted to shout that out again. It's the ultimate back to school party, Queen City Teen Jam, Friday, September 6th. 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. at the Capitol Hall, and that's 5409 Betty's Ford Road, Charlotte, North Carolina. Advance tickets are only $15, and make sure y'all follow the app, and that's that app, DDAATAPP. And with that being stated, is there anything else you wanna share with us or plug?
Just go out and get your tickets and support. The tickets are available on the website. Go to us at that app on Facebook or Instagram, and tickets are available on Eventbrite.
And that website is www.ddaat-app.com. That app.
Make sure you guys go support.
All right,
Thank you.
That app.
Yes.
We'll get right back into things. We want to thank everyone for staying with us and moving on this lengthy episode, but we're going to move it and make sure we still cap it on time. Now, today's topics, we got the normal, hip-hop, pop culture, relative news, the Let's Talk About It segment. Everything is alive and diving into hip-hop.
Yeah, let's go ahead.
Diving into hip-hop today. Again, everyone, we thank y'all for joining us on Mic Check 1 2 1 2. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This is your boy Jay O'Neal coming to you live and direct with the wonderful co-host, as always, the Queen Victoria Rose, as usual, of course. Yes, spreading that beauty with that good Moroccan skin over there. You're tripping, don't you? And yeah, shout out to the wonderful videographer we have joining us today, the official new member to the team, Mr. Dimitri Davis. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to put your full name out there like that, but Meech TV.
Why you doing like that?
Nah, I'm keeping it above. I've been knowing this man for 10 years now. 10 years, bro. It's crazy. And what's crazy is his brother started out as the photographer. This dude wasn't thinking about a camera at all, and now he recording, full live recording, got a brand. He up one out here. So with that being stated, moving on into the hip hop. Now you already said you didn't want to really dig into this.
I didn't.
But
you just talking about this girl.
It's not her. It's not Iggy. It's not. But it's the topic of culture appropriation. Now. And Culture Vulture. Now, Iggy was doing a magazine, I believe it was with Vanity. I'm going to pull it up right now. But what she was speaking on was culture appropriation, and people were talking about her overall new album. The album is titled In My Defense. And, people talk about her style of rap and how they say that specifically. She is very controversial on her overall style, from her hair to her big hoop earrings, her nails, and the way she raps and the things she raps about. And so specifically, as I'm reading this article now on BET, actually, written by the good Danielle Ransom, specifically it says that, when she entered, like I was saying, the game, people were just very peculiar about her and her presence in this industry. And when she came into the sense of rapping and with her image as that, she came in with that hood white girl image, right? Like that, like she came in with the image of like a, I don't want to say, I don't even know, I can't think of anyone to compare it to right now, but she came into hip hop really in a way that there was no presence in the sense of any white female rapping, and on top of that, there wasn't too many female rappers. So when Iggy come along and we heard her at first, especially the fact that T.I. was co-signing her at the time, and you know, I'm sure they still have a great relationship, but the fact that she was on Grand Hustle, it's like, okay, wait, let's really sit and listen. And Tip can take the time, let's figure this out. And so when people peeped into her style of rapping, like I said, the culture that she presents within her music and the images and the visuals we see, it is black, you know, like I said, from the way she dresses and how she delivers her overall cadence within her rapping. So specifically, regarding what she stated, she even wrote a tweet, and she stated, I noticed in the article some of our conversation was attributed to subjects I wasn't asked about intending to comment on. To clarify, I was asked how I deal with hate. My response, it's easier to deal with it when you consider art subjective, a matter or personal taste. So specifically what she's saying is, it's her art and it's how she delivers herself in the sense of her music, and she's sensitive to her shit, to leave her alone. I get it, and I don't say she culture vultures. I mean, I feel like she's saying in her statement on Twitter, she was kind of set up by the interviewer in the magazine. In the article, I don't feel like she was trying to really just, you know, defend herself in the sense of, I'm not culture vulturing from the black culture, blah, blah, blah. But if you want to get into it, Iggy raps. Iggy didn't go on Dr. Phil and get a record deal from her segment on the show. And I'm not mad at Bad Baby.
But yeah, Bad Baby.
I'm not mad at her.
But she said she's done rapping.
She's not done. She done got some writers and got herself in the studio, and that's what she done created, made herself a machine. I'm cool with that, but at the end of the day, what I'm saying is Iggy actually raps. So we're gonna talk about culture vulture. Let's actually talk about the vultures, because I don't think that's her. Now, it goes way deeper than that. Because beyond just music, we can go there. I feel like, I mean, why don't you really?
I mean, I'm just not a fan. I'm just not a fan of Iggy. Like,
well, no, not even just that. I'm saying, how do you feel about the cultural appropriation within
I'm just not a fan
entertainment?
of white people just taking black people's style. Like,
we going there.
I mean, I'm just being real because I mean, at the end of the day, let's be real. We created country, we created blues, we created gospel, we created pop, we created every freaking thing. And at the end of the day, it's just like, I'm just tired of people just ripping that style. Even I'm getting tired to the point that white people are just wearing cornrows. Like, did you know that that's actually African descent? Like actually in Africa, there's meaning for braids. Like, they actually like have different meanings of why they even wear the cornrows. So first of all, if you're going to sit here and do cultural appreciation or whatever you're trying to do, actually know what you're doing and what it actually symbolizes. So I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, this shit right here to me is complete bullshit. So
you need to soundboard.
Sorry. I just wish that some people would just stay in their lane, you know, like, I mean, yeah, granted, like, you can rap, but it's just like, I just have a thing about, like, white people just trying to take black people's style, like, but they've been doing that for years. I don't know, it's just a cultural thing.
It gets tricky, not to cut you off, because you're right with everything you're saying in your point of view and how you feel, but then when you have us, as in our culture, remaking, not our culture, but black actors and actresses remaking certain Disney movies like The Little Mermaid or Aladdin. You know, with Will Smith and not Chloe, but is it Haley that's in the movie from the twins that were with Beyonce?
Yeah.
The Little Mermaid that's playing. What's her name?
I mean, but I mean, okay. I'm gonna play devil's. But listen. I'm gonna play devil's advocate because
not saying that the characters were.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying, but I'm saying
people have a problem with that.
But the thing is, stop taking black people shit. Then black people want to take white people shit. Period.
I don't think the movies necessarily feed into a race. To be honest, I feel like, because I read something that I resonated with, saying that the Disney stories are not real. So how do we know that it's a black character or a white character?
But I mean, but you understand what I'm saying. White people get mad when black people try to do certain things. But if a white person does a black person thing, oh, we just doing it. Like, it's just, they just think it's like whatever. But when a black person does it, everybody's like, oh, yeah, I can make Little Mermaid black.
I mean,
people,
you're right. It's
people
like
losing their shit.
For certain things, our culture may take some heat from, but overall, when it comes to cultural appropriation, I feel like when it's done directly, when it's like blatantly done in our faces to the media, the masses, that's when it's paid attention to. No one really pays attention to it when it's day to day done. This isn't the situation with Iggy. The situation, people felt the same way about Eminem back when he came out and back in the day rapping. But at the end of the day, no one is checking him because it's Eminem. You feel what I'm saying? So I just feel like.
So you feel like black people are selective.
No, not people, but the people the media, because again, this was an article that someone questioned her and tried to flip the question with this and felt like they tried to twist their words.
Yeah,
but and that's what I'm saying, the media paint these pictures now. I'm not saying that culture appropriation doesn't happen, but I'm saying let's speak on the actual points of when it does and not try to point the finger at Iggy because Iggy is a white woman rapping who's killing it.
I mean, that's your point, and I got mine.
Okay. I don't know. I just feel like, and I'm not a fan of really a stan of Iggy, but I will say that I like him. I've listened to like some of his songs. Just I listen to all music.
Yeah, me too. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm just not a fan of Iggy. Like that's just it. Like I don't know. Like that's just me. Like
I think her butt is real.
You know what? If that's what you think, which I doubt, but if that's what you think, to each his own.
I'm gonna have to
Next
ask
topic.
Quavo. I'm gonna have to ask Quavo about that. See if he's gonna have it in this new animation.
Now this is what's up. Like I can't wait to see this Atlanta thing. Let me tell you about people in that Atlanta talk. I love that Atlanta talk. The way that Atlanta guys be talking. So you can only imagine how this hip hop series gonna be with this.
I'm curious to see what it's gonna be about. Like, are we gonna see the Migos in cartoons and acting things out? Different scenes of that nature. Or is this gonna be more so targeted towards the children and that generation and being a positive platform?
You think it's gonna be positive? I think it might be more like Adult Swim, but
it wasn't specific, but it is basically about the Atlanta scene and the life in the hip hop era. So I don't know.
We'll have to see about that.
But shout out to Quavo, congrats to them.
Congratulations.
QC winning right now. Shout out to QC and the new music they just dropped. Their new
Pastor.
album.
That's my song right there.
I fuck with some of it too.
Yeah.
So yeah, Rick Ross now.
Listen.
Yo.
That album. And I'm not even a Rick Ross totally complete fan. Summer Rain, that's one of my favorite songs.
Man.
Summer Walker, you killed that.
Ross, we gotta get you on the show eventually, bro. Shout out to you.
SWV, y'all killed that remix.
Listen, all I'm gonna say is I was 13 when I became a fan of Ross, and it was the first Port of Miami. And the first, a lot of his first music, and my grandma got me a limo, just went all out for my birthday. Mm-hmm. And Ross was
you remember back in the day, you used to do them limo parties? That's crazy.
So it was real to me when I heard, the Port of Miami too, and I still hear you. I love his sound, his ear for his music and his instruments and his beats. Mm-hmm. Is very detailed.
Summer Rain was dope.
But the pianos, the chords, the keys, everything you hear is beyond a powerhouse machine of music. So shout out to Rick Ross. Yeah, definitely out here doing his
shout
thing.
out to Ricky.
Correction officer. Specifically though, moving on, we got now this was just added to the set. I really didn't know. There's a lot, but I just added Lil Boozy. Lil Boozy, this just came out today. Got hit with a couple felonies regarding marijuana. Got hit with 2 felonies. I'm gonna pull it up real quick.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm like, dang, Boozy, you just can't stay out of trouble. I mean, like,
he giving other people contacts for, lawyers and shit. Nigga, you gonna need a lawyer now again, cause
he about to get locked up.
They won't let me out,
and they won't let your ass out. He is locked up with 2 felonies over weed.
Bruh.
Better stop doing that smoking. It ain't good for you.
Ain't nothing wrong with smoking. Like anything green.
Huh?
Anything green is exactly what you need.
I don't smoke, so.
Money, you need that. No. Trees, give us air. We need those.
You need to stop it. Listen, you don't know who we got listening. We probably have some young listeners. Don't encourage them to smoke.
I'm not encouraging them to do anything. I'm telling them what's green and good for them. Broccoli is green, that's good for them. Spinach is green, and that's good for them. Things that are green, that's bad for them.
Stop it.
So,
tell
Boozy, got hit with 2 felonies over weed. According to TMZ, There was an April drug bust, and he's facing 2 felonies from that drug bust in April. And I guess everything's getting ready to go to court and trial. So
yeah, he going to jail. Bye.
I'm just it's
15 years.
So
might do 20.
Apparently, there was an arrest that happened in April where he was in his white Charger swerving lanes and nearly hit another car. And basically, during that traffic stop, he was stopped and had a handgun and more than $20,000 in cash on him. Come on, Boozy, you gotta be smarter than that. And then, basically, bro, like, somebody in a fault murder.
I'm sorry, I gotta laugh because it's just like Boozy is just like crazy.
He's too old for this.
Man, come on.
So yeah.
Ain't you like 50?
I don't even know what to say anymore. I really just scroll down the list because that's next.
like you get too old, man.
Now,
and then why would you even?
I wasn't even gonna throw him out like that, but I can't even talk. I'm tired of seeing baby mama on Instagram live too, just like you. So stay out of trouble.
Yeah, man, do the right thing.
Yeah. John Singleton's baby mama. Speaking of baby mamas.
Baby mothers
is causing a little attention to herself on Instagram with being upset by the fact that John Singleton's girlfriend at the time, wait, let me make sure I'm reading this to my brother's agreement. Who said this? Yeah, it's the mom. My fault. It's the mom. I got the story wrong. Let me correct myself. I misspoke. So it's the mom of John Singleton who's upset, saying the baby mother was around and could have did better for him in regards of his care, and saw that his overall symptoms regarding the fact that they said it was what was it?
I can't remember. Yeah, like he was really sick.
And by the way, if you don't know who John Singleton is, that means you might not have seen Baby Boy.
You're right. You only seen Boys in the Hood. The man is a legend.
Super dope legend. And apparently, of course, there was an issue when he passed about the overall estate and things being appropriated correctly.
Black folk, take care of your money before you die, please. If not, if you want the state to have your shit, then don't do what you need to do.
I don't know everybody's situation, and God rest his soul, John Singleton, may he rest in peace. But and I'm not speaking on your relationship with your mom. Everyone has one mother. Me and my mom didn't always have a best, relationship in the sense of communication and just that bond. But I felt like that had to do with being the first one and a lot of things that just as we were speaking with our guest of the show today, Miss Space, about her app of the single parent home. There's a lot of things that went into that we dealt with and we've overcome. So now our relationship is great, especially me being an adult on my own, blah, blah, blah.
Same here.
Cool. But what my point is, always just make sure no matter what your relationship is with your mom, you want to make sure you take the time to work and build that.
Yeah, I mean, you only got one mother.
Exactly my point.
And I tell people that all the time, just because, listen, sometimes you may not like your mother, but you only got one. And like, she brought you in this world. You may not agree with everything that she does, but people have to understand that your mother is human. Like, people make mistakes. Like, at the end of the day, she's learning just like how you trying to learn.
Right.
Like, you think parents, they trying to figure it out.
Exactly. So, shout out to them, but I brought that up because him and his mama didn't have a great relationship.
But take care of your money before you die.
Yeah,
period.
If that was the case, he wouldn't have had that issue. So moving on, we have and yeah, again, rest in peace, John Singleton. We appreciate you, Baby Boy. It's one of my favorite movies. My baby 𝓒𝓱𝓮𝓬𝓴.
I just done seen it so much. I'm so tired of just hearing about it.
So I don't know how to pronounce his name, but
𝓒𝓱𝓮𝓬𝓴. Blood Diamonds.
Yeah, there you go.
Love that movie.
If you see Blood Diamond or
he the one that got the gold, like he got like the little gold tee, and he's cute though.
So basically,
and it's great. Right?
This is the ex-husband of Morley Simmons. He got a great goatee.
Yeah, he's fine.
So basically, I'm done with you. Blood Diamond is the actor that you may know him from that movie. Him and Kimora Lee are going at it in court over their 10-year-old son Kenzo. Apparently, there's reports of him going at her in court for custody and basically stating that he hasn't seen his child in a couple of years, actually. It just surprises me because they did a reality TV show together. And you know how, I watched that show, you know how you can look at the production of a show and tell whether it's scripted or like it's actually improv in real life, this person's life, or if they're cutting and editing a lot of the show out. I feel like that show about the Russells, not Rev Run, but like the show Kimora Lee had, I don't even remember what network it was on. It was back before she sold Baby Fat and bought it back. Shout out to her for buying it back. She deserves that pat on the back. I'm bringing this up though because
Buy Baby Fat.
I didn't, from watching the show and what was portrayed, I didn't see anything wrong when he came in the show after, because the show was showing her split from Russell and him moving in and all of that. So yeah, long story short, we wish them the best and hope things get better for the household. And Kenzo, being 10-year-old boy, I mean, at the age of 10, can you differentiate like between where you want to go, or like is the child brought into that in court at 10? No, yes, they are.
Depending, sometimes they could be witnesses. Depending on the situation, it's unfortunate, but yeah.
So, moving on, along.
To Nicki Minaj, real.
Well, before we get into that, I want to just pull this up because this just happened too. A rapper from Dallas is facing time after killing a 9-year-old girl over rap beef, and furthermore, it was a target. Just some petty. It's petty. It's real petty regarding what's going on. But basically, he was just in some rap beef in Dallas, and the 9-year-old name is
the wrong house.
Brandania Bennett. She had just got her nails done. The 9-year-old had just got her nails done, by the way, and was simply sitting on her couch
at 9.
Okay, it's not funny. Stop. Rest in peace.
No, she got her nails done at 9 though.
Right, and on her couch when she was struck by a bullet, and oh wow, she was on the couch getting her nails done.
Oh dang.
And she got struck by a bullet, by 19-year-old Tyrese Simmons. It was said that Simmons allegedly fired into the unit next door to where his intended target sought cover. Police administered CPR until paramedics arrived and took the child to Baylor University Medical Center, but they were unable to save her. On Thursday, Simmons, the actual shooter, Tyrese Simmons, turned himself into the 𝓒𝓱𝓮𝓬𝓴 jail. He has been charged with capital murder, and his bail is set at $500,000.
He ain't getting on.
Yeah, nah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You going to jail.
The family's heartbroken and the community's trying to, but I'd be heartbroken too, honestly. That's jacked up.
Yeah, because, I mean, you shot the wrong thing on house. Like, I think if you're going to be true, make sure you shooting the right person.
Let's gun violence, though, because we got this, El Paso, this is more domestic. El Paso is national, Ohio is national, but my thing is, I'm not going to say guns don't need to be in the hands of the public because we all need the right to defend ourselves, cool, but the stipulations and control of which we are able to go through the process of purchasing a legal firearm needs to be tighter. We need to correct that and tighten up those plug those loopholes in that system, because I don't know this young man's history regarding the law, but I'm pretty sure it's not
so tricky
the best
when it comes to gun control.
if he's out here killing and shooting people over rap beef.
I mean, it's just crazy.
I've never heard of Tyrese Simmons. Have you heard of him before? He has a number one?
Never heard of him.
But yeah.
It's unfortunate.
Now.
But we will touch on that.
Yeah, because now I want to get into the fun stuff. We're gonna get into some things, as she would say, on her wonderful Queen Radio.
Yeah.
Queen Radio. Nicki Minaj and Joe Budden were going at it on the set. She invited his show, not the Everyday Struggle, but the Joe Budden podcast show. The cast it was Joe, Maury, and do you know the other guy?
I can't remember his name. Don't ask me. I don't know.
They were on the show, and basically what they were doing was just giving their overall, 2 cents of what was going on in the sense of some things that Joe had an opinion on from Nicki's career. Now, what Joe was speaking on when Nicki brought it up and what she wanted to talk about, in a sense, was her, she was wanting to bring up his opinions about her recently released album and opinions about overall her drug use. Did you actually see the episode?
Yeah, I watched it.
How you feel about it?
My thing is, okay, I'm sorry, I'm a Virgo. So Joe is a Virgo. Joe is
an
asshole, okay? And I'm sorry, I'm guilty to be one as well. And sometimes I feel that Joe, he's just talking. It's Joe. But I get why Nicki, the boy is dumb. Because he said like Nicki never said that she was on that she did drugs. Joe wasn't clear about what he said. So Nicki was like, "Look, I never said I was on cocaine.
Right, so
you gotta. There's a distinctive between being on drugs and trying shit out. Right. There's a difference. So don't tell people that she's a crackhead.
The context of what his statement was as if she was
drug. I mean, if you're gonna be an asshole, make sure you a clear asshole. Make sure you be make sure you being clear about what you're saying.
And if you go and not even to be truthful.
Be truthful.
About motorsport. When motorsport dropped, he had his own, like everybody else had their own, opinion, saying that the verses between Nicki and Cardi were more so pointed at each other, and not necessarily on the actual track of them, making great music.
And then he was saying how Nicki didn't know that Cardi was on the track, but Nicki was like, "I'm Nicki. What you mean? I know she was on the track."
And by now we know because of Quavo and because of her own Instagram she was even dwelling with Quavo of some sort. So how would she not have known that Cardi was on the show?
Yeah, exactly.
They're yelling and cursing, they're going back and forth. She's screaming, and then she cut his mic.
Yeah, she did. She was like, cut his motherfucking mic.
I was shocked her husband let that go on while his
And she was like, y'all motherfucker doing my motherfucking husband.
Yeah, she ain't asking no more niggas. She said that shit.
She said, but you know what? I'm sorry, I had to talk about Charlamagne. I love Charlamagne, but that man is crazy. He was like, do you really think Nicki Minaj that we the whole bunch of men sit in the room and just got a picture of you blasted and said we just gonna torturize Nicki? I was just
my thing is,
this man is crazy. But I mean, I get Nicki.
I don't believe that they're telling the truth as far as they are fans of her, because she is blackballed from their show because
she is blackballed from their show.
Envy, remember the statement he made in the sense of oh yeah, we're not supporting Nicki because it was the DJ, it was DJ Clue. Me and one of my coworkers talking about it from work, and she came back and told me the DJ name because we couldn't figure it out during our conversation that day. But it was Clue. And her and Clue got into it, and this, and the third, and hit up, and you know, Envy found out about it. Him and Clue run together from back in the day. And Envy was like, "Yo, you won't be at any of our shows anymore." And now she's been on Flex's show, High 97, and she's been
she was on Flex
on some. I'm sure she's been on other radio shows as well.
But they really
it's like that. It's the iHeart House. Yeah, really. That's kind of that blackball her. That's why I always tell people, be careful out here in this industry, man. You know, you don't want to piss off the wrong people. Now I don't know what the issue was between her and
that's what it was, and I think sometimes if you piss the wrong person off, that because same thing, like not even like Nicki Minaj, they blackball K Michelle too. But now K Michelle didn't show up to shows and stuff like that. She would do what she needed to do. But you have to be careful. Like I'm telling you, when you sign your life away to these contracts, you gotta make sure you know what you getting yourself into. Because like Nicki always had a strong personality, but my thing is you gotta be careful how you handle. You gotta move differently. Period.
Exactly. Shout out to the live. We appreciate everybody checking in. Shout out to everyone.
You just gotta move differently.
1,000%. You gotta be smart out here. And she's always tell my little brother, you know, when I talk to him in the conversation, say I love you. You keep your head on a swivel no matter who you with, family or not. Keep your head on a swivel. Don't trust
nobody.
And stay smart out here and stay ahead of the people that you call your friends within the senses of those situations, the moments you share with them, because you never know what can happen. Spirits and energies lie everywhere.
And now, since you're speaking of friends, we talking about, you know, that song that Baps with Trina and Nicki. They've been friends for years. So Trina's team got pissed at Nicki. But my thing is, y'all gotta understand, family and business is two different things. Like y'all gotta understand, Nicki is signed to a label.
Like she did. I mean, she did promote it on her on Queen Radio. She had Trina on the show.
Yeah. So it's just like she did her part. It ain't her song.
And when Trina came on live and made her video, I understood where she was coming from. But people say, "Oh, this is just a stunt." Maybe for the album, maybe this is just a stunt for them to promote it. I don't believe that. I believe it actually happened because at the end of the day, like I said, she had her on the show. If she didn't want to promote it at all, she would have just dropped the
I feel like Nicki really gets blackballed a lot, and like I feel like I get it. Like people are like, she's yelling, she's mad, she's angry, but I feel like for years she has not said nothing. And now she's just like, you know what? I'm over it. Like I'm about to spaz. Like I don't even care. Like I'm rich. Like if I don't rap tomorrow, I'm not gonna be broke.
Right.
Period.
Exactly. So specifically, for me, I'm just on top of that. You know, speaking on Nicki, congratulations, man. You're getting married. Remember when we spoke about her on the first show?
Mrs. Patty.
We didn't get the job. We dropping 2 episodes after this today, y'all. We got the one before this and then the next one. Oh shit, I did the effect on live and I didn't even know it. It's dope. I'm gonna leave that right there. But
Mrs. Patty.
Yeah.
She's gonna be Mrs. Patty in 80 days.
And then she talking about kids. I ain't surprised though. I'm proud of her. I'm glad her image is maturing. That was my only complaint.
That was always your thing. I love Nicki though.
Not that she had a bad image, but mature. I want you to. You're how XYZ old.
Yeah, I think it's because look at Queen B. Like I love Beyonce, and she finally got into that motherhood. Like she disappeared. She's a full effect mother.
What's her name? Lil' Kim out here being a Young Van Slant for all of her friends and family on the big ass cruise, taking everybody on the ocean.
That is a hot. I do not. That now let's talk about that girl cruise. I'm a big fan of that show.
I like it.
You like it? I think we could have dealt without B Simone. It's something about B. Like,
whoa.
I mean, like, I just not a big fan of her.
That's my boyfriend.
I'm just not.
I'm
just not.
I like
you like B?
And she can rap.
No, I like B Simone on Wildin' Out. I ain't really too much care for her on girls trip. She don't. You got Maya, Chili, Lil Kim, and then you got her ratchet ass.
Her and Via like the little sisters, like the little, the pigeons that came to the coop to get the leading from the village.
They could have left her out.
No, wow. All right. I'm
sorry. It's okay though. But you cute on Wildin' Out though, girl.
Moving right along, we got ASAP Rocky. Dive into that.
Okay, so ASAP Rocky was released, okay, and he was able to come back to the States. However, the official verdict came out, and he is guilty, okay, but however, time was quote unquote served. Mm-hmm. And so he just pretty much has a record in Sweden, and he pretty much can't come back. So I think it's complete bullshit. Like, how many days does he stay in Sweden? Like, wasn't it like a month or like whatever? But anyways, he's guilty. So I really think that he could care less. I mean, in Sweden, I don't think he's ever going to go back. The nigga is a U.S. citizen, so I don't think he cares.
Yeah, that's what I felt about it.
I don't think
his statement was just released to have a statement. It is Jack that he gotta have a record and anywhere.
I mean, in Sweden, but I mean the man rich. I mean, like, he got money, and like he's a regular
also
person.
Make a statement using him. That's why I also don't give a fuck, and also feel his attitude of not giving a fuck, because I hate when people try to use someone to make an example out of someone legitimately when they did shit wrong. He was defending himself because two assholes were fans trying to harass him. My nigga, yeah, I'm a celebrity, but can I breathe? I need space too. I need personal space too. Don't ride my ass about a picture or autograph or nothing. If I sign something, then let me be. If I don't want a picture, don't chase me with a video. If you chase me with your phone, video me from far away. Don't be on my ass about anything. So I get it. I get it 100%. And I wouldn't give a fuck either. Shit.
I guess my thing is, like, I feel like A$AP Rocky is like really sorry that the shit even happened. The boy, I feel like he just put in the front, like, yeah, I'm humble about what happened, but I don't really think he really give a fuck.
And like I said, I get it, because this weekend I ran into Lamar Odom in Atlanta, as well as The Money, T.I.'s son, and my thing is, let me get a picture, can I get an autograph, or The Money, yo, call your daddy, let me talk to him, I want to say what's up to Tip, like, that nigga would have been like, no.
Yeah.
Like,
right, and no.
I call him my father for you. Or, I mean, I'm sure they take pictures, but I saw The Money in the grocery store, and Lamar was walking with his new girl that he just got.
He lives in Atlanta now?
He was in Atlanta.
I did not know he lives in Atlanta.
Bruh, I pulled up at
I'm telling you, celebrities in Atlanta, they just be walking. Like, it be nothing.
And then, yo,
and Atlanta people just don't give nothing.
Because they're used to it. Yeah. So for me, you know me, I'm used to it too then, goddamn.
I'm like, oh shit, that's Lamar Odom.
When I hopped out, I was at the ATM, I was going to the ATM, so basically I hopped out, boom, and I'm trying to get some cash, and you know how you pull it to the ATM and it's like, it was in a shopping mart, so you can't pull up it was in a shopping gallery, so you couldn't pull up to the ATM, you had to walk up to it to use it. And so specifically, when I pulled up to it, no, I don't think so. So when I pulled up to it, basically, he was already walking ahead of my car, and I had pulled up in between the opening of where he had parked. And with that being said, he stopped and looked for her at her truck because she ain't got out. Because when I pulled it was like, what the hell going on? Like when I pulled up with the swift like skirt, because the ATM was right there and I was moving quick, and I hadn't even noticed it was Lamar. So I hop out the car. Didn't even grab my wallet, didn't grab nothing. So that's how fast I moved. And I turned around and come back. And I was like, and I'm looking up as I'm reaching for my driver door, and I'm like, Lamar. And like I know him. You feel me? So he turned around, he was like, yo, what's good? And I was like, oh shit, what's up, Lamar? How you doing? He's like, I'm doing good. And I didn't say nothing. And then when, I drove off, I'm like, damn, Lamar just said something to me, how I'm doing, and I didn't respond. But my thing is, like, I said, hey, how you know what's up? I spoke, but I didn't engage is my point, because it's just like, this is Lamar Odom. I don't want to be that fan. I ain't want to be that guy. You get what I'm saying? So even going back into that A$AP fan, man, I get it. If I would have pulled up on Lamar, hopped out, been fanning out, and been asking about his new girlfriend, how you doing with Chloe, how new life after rehab. I'm glad you didn't kill yourself, Lamar.
What?
I'm pretty sure.
People really are like that though.
Yeah, I'm not
crazy.
I'm not trying to ask you. Even if I do, I got a radio show, my nigga. I can ask you 1,000 damn questions. Yo, Lamar, are you in Atlanta? Charlotte is only a few hours away. You trying to come get on the show? No. You feel me? Like,
yeah.
Well, he can come one day, but I'm sure right now there's nothing to talk about right now. Besides his girlfriend. His girlfriend is pretty shit.
Yeah, she is very pretty.
Moving right along, NBA young boys out of jail. Woo!
He a hot mess. When this man said, I don't even know Nipsey Hussle, so I don't know that nigga. You like, I don't even know, bro.
I'm a fan of certain songs of Young Boy, but I'm not like.
Man, the boy got HIV. He need to sit down somewhere. Don't he got HIV or something?
Herpes is all.
Oh, sorry. Herpes. I knew he got something. Oh God, y'all. I'm sorry. My sources is bad. They told me the wrong info. My bad.
He got herpes though. I seen the pictures.
But yeah, he got herpes.
I've seen the pictures.
On his mouth.
And what's crazy is the night before he got arrested in DC, I saw him. Let's just say.
On his mouth.
You seen the same pictures I saw. That's why they are around his mouth.
No, you know, sometimes people got it on their genitalia and stuff.
Nah,
like, you know, some people got...
I mean, it might have been Photoshop, so we'll say allegedly, so that we don't get any type of cease and desist of any source. But,
sorry.
Yeah, allegedly he has herpes. Allegedly.
Oh, yes, allegedly.
We gotta start using them all.
Oh, yeah, we might have to. Because I got time for nobody to be like, defamation of character. That one's trying to come for your ass.
All of the information we share, we have credible sources. They're very credible, but it's all alleged.
But how you don't know, bro? You need to do better.
Yeah, so moving along, we're going into pop culture and fashion and just things happening in pop, you know, just popular culture in general. And someone I want to know, what are you laughing at?
Go ahead.
So, Jason Lee from Hollywood Unlocked.
This man is lovely. He's hilarious.
He is messy, he is drama, he is a shit talker, he is everything that people try to say. I want him on the show. But I've watched Jason. Jason is the reason why not only did I take my voice and say, okay, well, you haven't really been in this video trying to rap or anything crazy, Jalen. What can you do? You still like writing and making stories and just talking for no reason.
I want him on the show.
Radio. So I'm definitely going to be reaching out to people coming in, doing tours through the North Carolina 85 area, 85 South of Interstate 85. So just plug that out there.
Because he's doing God's work, as he says.
But no, shouts out to him and the whole Hollywood Unlocked family because they're now iHeartMedia, iHeartRadio, Syndicate Television, and their radio show is being televised everywhere within the nation now.
That's what's up.
I think it's weeknights actually. So shout out to them for doing that. And I know he's worked so hard. And he's 40 who started this, and I'm 24.
Nasty.
I feel like if he can do this in less than 10 years, then there's no telling what we could be in less than 10 years. We keep this going. So shout out to them and congratulations to that launch.
Shout out.
Kylie Jenner and the rest of the clan went to Italy for her birthday, and as billionaires do, they celebrated on a mega yacht. It was the Tranquility. Did you see it?
Yes, I did.
I mean, I feel like this shit was dope as shit.
I mean, yeah.
Hella pad,
I mean, I don't think that they're self-made billionaires, but I mean, if that helps them sleep at night, go figure.
I'm not even diving into it.
I mean, I'm not mad that they rich. You know what I'm saying? Kim made a sex tape with Ray J. She used it for clout. The girl rich. She's wealthy as hell. She brought her family with her. It is what it is. I'm not mad at sis.
Cosmetics though, so you don't care about Kylie cosmetics and what she does.
No, Kylie. Let me tell you, Kylie is smart.
Separate.
Kylie is smart. Is the smartest out of all of them. The girl is smart. Okay. Whether people want to believe it or not, she's the smartest. Yeah. Period.
So there's pictures of that online. You can check it out. Who are really the Shade Room and TMZ mostly, and her and Travis are dancing. Travis even was winding his hips one time. I had her moving with him, but
yeah, she can't dance.
She canceled that. She was moving her hips a little bit, you know. I love all their bodies. Shout out to Kardashian women. I don't care what no one says. I'm a supporter. I'm a supporter.
They're plastic. They're okay.
At the end of the day, Walmart donates $400,000 to the families of the El Paso victims.
But that ain't enough.
Thank you. What the hell? It's 31 damn families.
Let me tell you about each Walmart person that's on that board. You know how much they make a minute? Too damn much a minute. You know what I'm saying? They are billionaires every goddamn year. And you mean they'll be 400,000? Man, please. Ain't enough.
Yeah, it was too much. My video ended. I don't even know what's going on.
It ain't enough. But at the end of the day,
not no 400,000.
400,000 for people in their distress and their emotion and their PTSD after this bullshit. No. I'm sorry, Walmart. You got me fucked up. I don't shop there no way.
We appreciate your donation, Walmart, and the fact that you care. We feel like you can do a little more.
I don't shop there.
Anytime somebody has a natural disaster and you want to register some information,
I bet if it was Target,
get a slight little, a little payment from you, you make sure they contact FIFA or the Red Cross. But I mean,
I bet if it was Target, they would have had.
Is FIFA and the Red Cross involved in these?
Huh?
I ain't heard about FIFA being involved. Like,
yeah, I don't. But, everybody trying to keep a little low key profile because of everything that's going on. But next topic.
Local shout out to the Charlotte dad that passed out his resume to over 100 people and job opportunities and actually got over 100 job opportunities back.
That's great.
So shout out to him real quick.
God is real.
I'm telling you, that should be a bug for all you people who are currently entrepreneurs or currently looking for jobs. There's never not a time and place where you can't land a job.
I'm telling you.
So
it's called, but you know what it's called? It's called persistence.
All he did was get dressed on Saturday.
Persistence. That's what it's called. That's all you got to do. When I tell you, looking for a job, I'm not going to tell you a lie. It's a full-time, job. You got to be 8 o'clock in the morning. You got to be looking for jobs, period. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, it's persistence. You're going to get a job.
Right.
I'm telling you.
I tell people to always stay positive because at the end of the day, the job that you may have lost, people, may get caught up on losing the job, but it's not. The job isn't your life.
Yeah.
The job isn't gonna make.
I think sometimes we get caught up on job security.
Even if it doesn't work out, and maybe it's not destined for you. Maybe that's God opening the door to what's next. And a lot of times you go through the storm of the worst shit when that real blessing is about to smack you in your face and change your whole life. So I always try to be encouraging. Whether for me, I didn't grow up in a house that was in a sense very sensitive. Even my close friends will tell you I'm not the most sensitive person. They would be boohooing around me, and I would not be like, here's tissue, I'm sorry. But at the same time, I'm always encouraging and telling you what you need to do to get your shit together. And in general, I can't say there's something I need to work on for sure, because regardless of how I was raised, other people weren't raised the same way, and everyone's not built with the same emotional structure. And it doesn't make anyone lesser or greater than anyone else of a person. But at the end of the day, my point is, like this dad, like you said as well, get off your ass, continue to apply, persistently do so.
Never give up.
Yeah, so moving forward, Naomi Campbell and her team has teamed up with a Nigerian designer, shout out to her. And the designer is Amber at Arise Fashion. The fashion week is in, I think it was Nigeria. So shout out to Naomi Campbell doing that. And just moving forward with the wonderful list of pop culture topics, there's a lot going on. The judges, so Charlamagne and them brought this up, and I had already posted on our site, but I want to touch on this. The Georgia Southern quarterback who was arrested over the bird shit. His name was Shot something or something Shot. But anyway, long story short, quarterback was arrested and put over. Just another case of injustice and police profiling, man. At the end of the day, I'm speaking this because it's still bullshit. Sadly a bullshit topic that we got to talk about in 2019. If y'all do like me and clean your car twice a week, you won't have bird shit on your fucking car for them to be trying to say it's cocaine. Anyway,
people are just stupid.
It's sad we gotta clean our cars out here in 2019. It's black people stay out of jail, but we definitely do. With that being stated, moving forward,
just wash your damn car.
Yeah, because
advice.
Yo, it might just be the weather though, because then the real Tarzan got arrested for assault and burglary.
I love him. What is wrong with him?
We the only ones speaking on it, keeping the buck. Ain't nobody else.
What?
Nobody else speaking on this.
I love him. He is lit on YouTube. The man is rich just by doing crazy stuff.
I don't know if he's rich because he's burglarizing and doing assault.
Oh yeah, you're right. But still, but the man got so many views. You know how YouTube, he's a millionaire.
Maybe you need a marketer because something ain't right.
Yeah, something ain't right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, never mind. Sorry, y'all. I'm a little slow. Yeah, he is burglarizing. Yeah, got a point. Yeah, something wrong with him.
Unless he's stealing animals. Maybe he's saving animals.
Maybe. Yeah, the man gotta have money. Come on now, because he got million of subscribers. He gotta be. Ain't no way. YouTube gotta be paying him big bucks. The boy got how many subscribers? 1 point. I think he got 1.5 or 2 point. Let me see.
They up there, but anyway, moving on. Yeah, I think it's Corey Guaf or Guafi. I'm not sure, but she's the youngest person. Make sure you check out and Google this and know who she is. She's the youngest woman.
Oh, he ain't got that money. He got 500. He got 514,000. Yeah. So maybe he might be broke.
But basically, shout out to the youngest African American. Oh wait, I gotta read this. Yeah, so shout out to the youngest African American tennis player right now, and this is the one who beat Serena. Corey Coco Gauff will be playing in the U.S. Open.
Yes, congratulations.
With the wild card entry this year. Moving along, we got some further topics like the Dale Earnhardt Jr. accident. We definitely want to send our prayers and blessings to him and his family, and wish them to get through everything and well. So with that being stated, shout out to Dale Earnhardt and his family, and we're glad that no one got hurt. It was him and his family, his wife, and his daughter, and the 2 pilots, but no one got hurt. You could get the plane, it was not even crazy. It was just on fire.
Yeah,
but thank God it was a miracle how nothing was actually charred up. Yeah. Now, further moving along, Ashton Kutcher was involved in a trial where Ashley Irwin, a friend of his, was found dead in her bathroom floor back in 2001, stabbed 47 times. And this young lady was supposed to be his date to the Grammys that night. And unbeknownst to him, when he came to the door, she didn't answer, not because, you know, she was drunk and slept or was doing something with some man, as he saw and thought when he saw the wine spilled on the floor that day. Just think about how dramatic it is as I'm explaining this, right? This man is going to this woman's house to get his date, sees this red wine, knows she's either turned with someone else or just turned and passed down the house and leaves. He doesn't know why she didn't come to the door. Then later he finds out that she was actually in the floor of her bathroom at that same moment. He was at that door, stabbed 47 times dead. I don't know what life is. Like, life is becoming too surreal these days in the sense of society. And that's a movie. That is a straight movie. And it's not right that it happened to an actor like Ashton. But unfortunately is what it is. It's very unfortunate. And we definitely send our condolences to our family as well as Ashton. And also in new pop culture news, we have Cedric Benson, 36. He was announced dead at the scene of a motor car crash. He's a former NFL player. He just passed away, so condolences to the Benson family and prayers to them as well. Now,
let's talk about Black Excellence.
The Black Excellence piece this week.
Yes.
Moving right along, trying to, we gotta.
Yes, okay. Yeah. And so let me tell you, so Jay-Z and Will Smith are set to produce a ABC series telling the story of Emmett Till. Now let me tell y'all something, okay? I don't know about y'all, but I'm getting tired of these stories now. Like, I'm getting tired of these stories. Why we gotta keep reliving this? Like, I don't know. Like, I mean, can we talk about something else? Can we put a happy back family?
Like every year we get an anniversary or something.
Thank you. I'm so tired of seeing us living segregation days.
Yeah, people get excited about Harriet Tubman being on the money, but I swear when she get put on the money, it's not gonna be valuable.
It ain't gonna be valuable.
They gonna be like, oh yeah, we put Harriet on the money, but this shit is worth a penny now, motherfucker.
Exactly, cause 20 ain't even really worth shit nowadays. 20 go fast.
It's a wrap.
So my thing is, like, can we stop with all this? With these segregation stories, I mean, it was cool back in the day, like how we had Remember the Titan. We had what's the first girl who went to the segregated school?
Little Rock Nine. Little Rock Nine. That's what that.
No. But
the movement is Little Rock Nine, but it's the movie. I know what you're talking about.
What's her name? Ruby.
It's Brown versus the Board of Education.
Yes,
right?
but Ruth, whatever.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Ruby Brown. Yeah.
Something like that. Anyways, at the end of the day, like, that was cool. But now we got to sit here and relive this again. And why it got to be a damn series? I just cannot deal with this anymore.
You're so stupid. I feel like, you're right. Why it doesn't have to be a series. But you're right.
We know how the man died. They beat the man. They meet the man up. They cut his penis off.
Let's have a documentary on her. Let's see her. Let's finally hear her and her family and see what the story is.
Yeah. I mean, dang.
So yeah, that's how I feel about that. Moving on. Yari Shahidi.
Oh no, we ain't finished.
Oh, my bad.
Okay.
I'm tired of hearing about Jay-Z.
Let me tell y'all something. So Jay-Z is also giving partnering
with the NFL.
Yes, partnering with the NFL. The 15th of 1% ownership of a team.
Now let's break it down. What you said.
Go ahead, and break it down for them.
So he's giving a 15th of 1% of ownership of a team with the NFL. Mm-hmm. So if you have 100%, if you have 100 fingers, and you take one of your fingers and give someone a 15th, that's like a fraction of the fingernail. Them adding that on top of the fact he's partnering with the NFL in the sense of him controlling and curating now music during halftime shows and other segments of the NFL organization and network, I don't understand what this is going to do in the sense of police brutality and fighting injustice. No, because Jay-Z had this whole thing, this video going around on Instagram and Sport page. If you click Explore, you'll see his nappy ass head looking like mine right now. But my thing is, I say it in this way because I really want people to understand that it's great he's out there. I'm irritated with people just talking. I want people to do shit, and he's like, oh, I'm doing something with music. Nigga, we're not going to be marching like Beyonce was at her Coachella in NFL halftime games for police, injustice and what the hell is going on in society in regards to that. In general, we really want real action. So we feel you, but what people are upset about is this just for your check, Jay-Z? Is this just about the bag?
Man,
because this relates to music as it should, because it's Jay-Z. I mean, NFL partnered with Jay-Z. We're gonna co-sign everything you say now because you got Jay-Z on your side. So is this the purpose, or I mean, are you gonna do something? Because Jay-Z, what you're basically saying is you're gonna come up with new songs and music to drop during halftime, and it's supposed to bring awareness. But we've been making music and songs forever before halftime was invented, and ain't nobody heard us.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but let me break it down for you from this standpoint, so you and everybody that's listening can understand what the point that Jay-Z kind of made. Because Jay-Z really ain't that, like, he's smart, but he can't get his words right. So I'm gonna put it for you what he's trying to say.
I can't get his words.
So his words. So Jay-Z, okay. So the reason why he's doing this, and I feel like he wants to do this, is because we understand what the problem is. The problem is what? Police brutality. Right. The problem is what? Racism. The problem is what? Women inequality. Like, okay, right? So Jay-Z feels like, why should we just be sitting here on the outside when I could be the inside man handling business from the inside? Right. So people have to look at it from that standpoint. Don't think that he's a sellout just because. Don't think that he's a sellout just because he's decided to go into the NFL. Someone has to go in there and say, hey, this is how these people are acting. This is what they're saying. This is what they're doing. And at the end of the day, I mean, who else better we got?
And if Jay-Z's saying he's going to do that, then cool, I'm with it. But my point is, and I feel like, we're going to definitely stay on this, but I want to leave this here for now, let it marinate. What happens next? You feel what I'm saying?
You right.
Cool, great. You got this partnership. Cool, great.
You right. What he gonna do? I feel you.
8% of ownership of the team, and I feel like that was supposed to be the cake. I'm not saying like, here's the party, yay, black people winning with NFL now, great. Oh yeah. But what's next? That's all I'm saying.
I feel you.
So moving on, and shout out to his wife, of course, Beyonce. After coming out with Lion King, grossing more than $965 million worldwide, almost a full.
The movie still sucked, but.
No.
I'm sorry.
What?
It was bad.
Really?
Yeah.
Nala.
I'm sorry.
Nala?
It was terrible.
Not Nala?
Yes, I couldn't feel none of the love tonight. It was bad.
Why?
I prefer the cartoon. It's bad. My mama, I went twice. The first time I saw it, I was like, oh, okay, this is all right. The second time,
went for it.
I was like about to fall asleep. But the first time I was going to fall asleep, like both times. Like it was like me watching Animal Planet. I could have sat home and watched real fucking animals. Like, I mean, I just wasn't a big fan. They missed a lot of parts from the cartoon. Period.
Well, all I wanted to say is Beyonce has now been given a partner herself.
But that's awesome.
Disney.
Shout out to Black Excellence.
And she's now getting full control over creative content and curating.
I wonder if she's gonna take it.
Projects. I don't see why not.
She might.
I definitely don't see why not.
But I'm sorry, y'all. I hate to be. I'm not the only person that feels like this about this movie. So a lot of people have said they didn't like it. I can't believe you said you like it.
No, I mean.
But carry on.
Yeah, let's do that. So moving into national relevant news. Basically, we have ICE sending everybody the hell out, kicking the whole country away. Basically, just kicking everybody out. We got ICE in Missouri locking up over 400 people, women and men, in regards to children coming home after school, not being able to get picked up from school. Then we also have a situation where Donald Trump is in a picture with the orphan child, throwing up the thumbs up. Overall, yeah, I just feel like at the end of the day, it's a mess, man. I feel like our system of checks and balances of immigration and legally who can be here and stuff is sad. It needs to be corrected, and it's old, and it also needs to be managed. And the fact that they don't take the time to do it is sick.
But look who we have in office. I mean, at the end of the day, there's not going to be too many changes because of who we have.
Exactly.
And it's so sad that we have so much hatred in the world.
Right.
At the end of the day, which this is just, it's blasphemy.
Yep.
It's ludicrous.
So, I brought her up, but I didn't even speak on it. Yari Shadidi basically spoke on Hollywood and Hollywood stereotypes and how they always try to put out stereotypes of people of color in movies, such as the black father being absent, the black father being in jail, the child coming up through adversities and having to sell drugs to make it into their dreams to do what they need to do, or the child being black and always having to play basketball and sell drugs. Like the stereotypical Hollywood perceptions is what she spoke on, and I commend her and just wanted to do this for her because she's 19 and she did that when she was 16, and the video is old, from 2016, that is specifically, but it's 2019 is the gaining traction again. So shout out to her for being so conscious at the age she is, and definitely delivering that speech in such a powerful way as she did.
I agree.
Now moving on to like the last good piece of this before we get into our Let's Talk